Welcome back to Growing Spaces. I'm Dana. We are here in the 15-foot growing dome. It's March 12th, and we did a pretty big harvest last week, so you can see that we have some blank spaces here where we took out some greens and mesclun mix. Our kohlrabis are still maturing here, but I also took out some arugula here that had gone to seed. And we also harvested all of our turnips over here as well. So we're in a position now where we're kind of in between seasons in the growing dome. So the growing dome has seasons all year where you can grow, but right now we're in a transition where it's not quite time to put warm season crops in yet, although if we were really kind of pushing for the finish line we might be able to do that, but I'm going to play it on the safe side. So we have those started in flats. These are some lovely tomatoes and we can't wait to get them planted in these beds. But it's still a little bit cool, so we want to make sure that we can really regulate their temperature and make sure they're nice and healthy and strong before we transplant them. Catch crops are fast-growing crops, that mature in a small amount of time, so anywhere usually between 20 and 35 days. And they are part of succession planting. So succession planting is a way that you can utilize space and timing to make your garden as productive as you can get it to be. It keeps the soil covered, it's using nutrients and recycling nutrients, but we want something that grows quickly. I picked up some mesclun mix that I'm going to put here in this bed where I harvested a bunch of greens before. I also picked up some wheatgrass, which grows really quickly. It's great for smoothies. It looks really pretty. I also picked up some radishes, which are a pretty well-known catch crop. They mature in about 25 to 30 days. They're quick and easy to grow. The tops make a great green manure if you want to mulch them in afterwards. I'm going to go ahead and start with the wheatgrass. It matures pretty quickly. You don't have to sow it very deep, only about 1/4 of an inch. And the cool thing about wheatgrass is that you don't really have to worry too much about plant spacing because it's not real sensitive to spacing. It doesn't often need to be thinned. It really doesn't need to be thinned at all, which is really great. So I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle some of the seeds. It's not really too much of an exact science. Wheatgrass also grows really well in just in like a planter in a windowsill. I'm just going to kind of cover these a little bit. They really don't have to be very deep at all. And then I will go ahead and water them. And I do want to mention that we did amend this soil a little bit after I harvested last week. We just put some mushroom compost in here, just a top dressing to make sure that we've got enough nutrients for all of these, for the catch crops and also for the warm season crops that we're going to plant pretty soon here. Something else that I didn't mention yet is that catch crops are really wonderful because they help to eliminate or reduce the frequency of plant disease. So if you are planting a catch crop, it's a great idea to choose something that isn't in the same plant family as the main crop that you're hoping to grow afterwards, or in some cases at the same time. You wouldn't want to plant like a vetch alongside peas because they're both legumes, and if there is some type of disease on any of the plants, it will spread more readily. Same with nematodes that attack similar plants, so you want to choose something that's in a different plant family. Check out and see next time how everything's growing. We'll talk to you a little bit more about starting and transplanting warm season crops at that point, and we'll see you next time.